Well, hey guys and gals, it's Hex here, and today we're down in the nether again. Down in the nether? I think it's down. I think nether's probably down. Anyway, we're here in the nether, and I've been doing a little bit of work off camera. As you can see, what I've been doing is putting a bunch of netherrack around, all the way around here. And then, so basically what I'm doing is, in last episode, we were cutting out over that way, so the trench goes along the back of our map area from left to right here, behind all this netherrack that you see before you. And then this area here was sloping downwards and going into this big giant lava lake where there's lava. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a platform upon which to build the map, and then also on which to build like temporary nether portals. I had one here, but then like all of the portals in the village were going to this one, and then I had to go back up to get to the starter cave. Anyway, it didn't work out, so I broke one thing here, but I was thinking about having really tall nether portals for each of the different places in our village. But right now what I'm working on is going ahead and filling in a platform of netherrack upon which to work and to kind of get the size of this thing going. And then also I want to cut out all of this netherrack around us here. So it looks like quite a bit, but it's really not that much, especially when you think about the fact that it took me ages and ages and ages to get that stupid flying machine thing to work in last episode. And not only did it take a long time, but it was also very, very frustrating to get it to work and stay working with all the gas shooting at me and stuff. So I think the way to go is to just, do this sort of thing. It does get a little obnoxious going back to the stronghold to, or going to the end to repair picks and stuff like that, but it shouldn't be too bad. And then also I've been getting a lot of enchanted books out of it because any of the experience and stuff has been helping quite a bit as far as making overpowered gear and things. So that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to start off with another time lapse, and we're going to go ahead and start filling in this area with a bunch of the netherrack that we've collected. I actually have a ton of netherrack in these chests up here between myself and Wafflestick. We collected quite a bit of it, and so I think I'll have enough to go ahead and fill in this whole thing that I need to fill in before we start cutting this out. All right, all right. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. Sorry at the end there, I didn't quite complete the whole thing in the time lapse because I had my replay mod on pause, like a blockhead. I'm always doing blockhead stuff. That's why it's called the blockhead server. But anyways, I had it on pause when I did this last little strip right here, going that way. But this is great because now we have a lit up, relatively. As you saw in the thing, I got a few gas, but it's relatively mob proof, relatively gas proof. And then it's the right size. So now what I can do is I can start tearing out this upper portion. But I think probably the best thing to do is to move all of our portals from up there to down here in order to make it so that we can, have active portals and be able to like function and move from place to place and actually use the nether while we're working. So I have this one here, but what I need to do is move it upwards a little bit because this right here, where these are, this is actually our water level right here. And the water is actually going to be 1 block below where the land is because I want to put glass on top of the water to make it look watery, if that makes any sense. So then this is going to be the land, right? Sorry, that's going to be the water block. This is going to be the land right there. Okay, like that, and then over the top of that is going to be glass about let's see, 1, 2, maybe 3 blocks high. So this is going to be our glass level. So I'm thinking right here I might move it up or down by a block or 2 or 3 depending on what I end up doing on the map, but this will give us an idea of where the portal needs to be. Hey! All my Canadian friends are happy because it says hey. Well, now see, here we have an interesting problem. Because I died. I tried to ender pearl up to try to save some time climbing up to the next portal here. And what happened was I kind of hit the ceiling with the ender pearl and I fell a rather large distance and died. But then this guy decided to pick up all my armor and my sword. So now, how do I kill him without killing myself? You see what I'm saying? But I have an idea. I have a good idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to block this guy in like I had him. Like this. Or like that or something. Come on. Block in there. Stop moving! Gosh, he moves every time I block him in. Stop it. Alright. So we're going to block him in. Like that. Okay. Really? I thought I had him under a single block. Okay. We're going to block you in. Don't do it. There we go. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go get a piston. we're going to drop the ceiling on him. And hopefully that will kill him without the other pigmen getting too upset at me. And we can get our stuff back. Okay, so I set it up so I got 2 pistons above where the pigman is living. You can see him in there. And then hopefully if I slam these 2 down on top of his head, he will die. There we go. Good. Yay! That worked pretty well. Okay, so I have put in all of the portals necessary. So I got these right here. So these are all the ones around our village. That's the Mason's Cave. That's Waffle Mine. This is the Starter Cave where we have all of our stuff right now. This is the this is under the cleric's house, and this is the one that's kind of up in the mountain biome. And then we've got this one over here. This is our original spawn. And then if you go this way and then turn left where that wall is right there, then that's how you get to the redstone area where our iron mine is. So you can see right in here that little column right there with the ladders on either side. That's the ladder up to the portal right there. The other thing that I did is I went ahead and did some of the lime green concrete that represents our like the village area, the upper, like the richer part of the village area. So let me see if I can get up here. So this right here, right in here would be like, anyway, this is sort of like the richer part of the village right here. And we have this going on. I gotta tell you guys, I just can't take any more ghasts. I know I'm gonna have to put up with them for a while longer, but holy cow, I'm so tired of these things. Come making holes in my floor. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Will you please leave me alone? I'm so sick and tired of you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, so progress has been made. A lot of progress, actually. I cut out a lot of our ceiling. So it's really hard to see, I know, on the screen on YouTube probably, but that's our wall. This is our edge right here. This is the wall, the original wall, and then this is the ceiling. So you can see the ceiling of our original area. So now all I have to do is cut out all of this stuff. I don't want to. We've got it completely dug out, and we have the underlayer all the way done so that we can start building a map. And that's amazing because I thought we'd never get here. I thought I'd be dead before we finished it. I almost was. Anyway, hey, could you? It's like they're my little students. They're my little pupils. Except I have to kill them all. Anyway, yeah, so all I need is just a bunch of concrete to start working on our map, and that'll be really cool. I'll be really excited once this map gets going. Okay, I'm going to go get some concrete, and we'll see if we can get started. Okay, well, I have been working on the outline of the island. So all of this blue is basically the island's outline, except for this right here. This is the river that goes by our central area. This green patch right down here is our central area with the village and stuff. That is where the cleric's house is. This is where our starter cave is, and this is the back of the mine where the mason's house is. And here's like the tunnel out here to where our fishermen are over there in that kind of little pond blue blotch right there. And then I took this all the way around. I started doing some of the beach texture right there like that all the way around. And then as you can see, the island is completely mapped out all the way around like that. And I did that by basically looking at the image that I showed you in the last video. Right here, this is the island that we are going to be making our redstone farms on, and where the iron farm is right there. And so we have the portal for that. And yeah, so this is going to take a lot of concrete. I made quite a bit of concrete to do the outline, and then I had some left, and I just started to kind of tile this area right in here and kind of start to fill things in. But as you can see, I didn't make it very far. I'm really happy with it, and I'm really happy that I'm actually building rather than digging. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this was a big dig. I've been doing some things. One of the things that I've been doing is I've been working on this little cactus farm, because it's come to my attention that we're going to need a lot of green dye, and so I've been kind of building a little bit of a cactus farm. This is the design that Mumbo Jumbo used with his little song of the string cactus string sand, whatever. And this is the same design. Well, it might be a little bit different. I think that his was a little bit closer together. This design basically is just, I mean, you can see how it's built here. The only thing is that there's a little bit of string right here below each one of these sands that you probably can't see. Anyway, the other thing that I've done here is I've gone ahead and I have mined quite a bit of gravel. I found an area maybe about 1,000 blocks that way or so. I think I'm looking in the right direction. That had a gravelly mountain area, and I did quite a bit of I did quite a bit of mining of some gravel. So I've got quite a bit of gravel. I'm getting a bunch of cactus here, and hopefully that'll be some good resources to help us build our map. Well, okay, I have done a significant amount of work off camera, as you can see here. What I wanted to do was outline a lot of this green stuff and make it so that I can, or the lime green, make it so that I can do the dark green as well. Okay, another massive progress update. The island is pretty much done. I just have a couple of places I need to work on. One right there, I need to fill that in with blue so that the ocean here is complete over there, and also right there. And then the other thing that I did is, and I'm sorry about my voice right now. Basically what's going on, I haven't recorded in I think it's 3 weeks. And that's because I had open heart surgery because of my heart. I think I mentioned earlier that I had a stent put in, had a little bit of a heart attack, and I had a stent put in. And then that stent basically wasn't enough. And I had to have a full-blown open heart surgery. I had 5 bypasses, and I'm still alive, which is great. And there's a ghast right there, so I'm probably not going to be alive for too much longer. There we go. Hey, 1 shot, 1 kill. That's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, so without going into too many details, basically, about 3 weeks ago, I was having some more chest pain, and I went into the hospital, and I ended up staying for almost 2.5 weeks in the hospital. So the first week or so was me just kind of hanging out at the hospital, waiting for this one drug to get out of my system that was causing me to basically, it's like a blood thinner. So they can't do any kind of surgery while you're on a blood thinner because obviously your blood will be too thin, and it won't clot right when they do the surgery. So I had to basically hang out there for, gosh, it felt like forever. It was probably like 7, I think it was 11 or 12 days before I even had the surgery, because I had to be monitored just in case something else happened. And I had to wait in order to get rid of the blood thinner from my system. So then finally I had the surgery, and things went pretty well, I guess. I'm still here, but yeah, so then I've been home for about a week or so, and I've just finally been able to get enough breath to attempt recording here. So I apologize if I'm kind of breathing heavy or wheezing just a little bit, but that's what's going on as far as that. Yeah, it was a pretty scary experience, very scary for the family, very scary for me personally, but we made it through. And yeah, so for those of you who are listening, make sure that you get your cholesterol checked, even if you're kind of young, you know. I just turned 40 years old this year, and so it's pretty young to be having heart problems. So yeah, I guess they said there was like genetics and that kind of thing, combined with some high cholesterol, maybe a little bit of stress here and there, is what caused some trouble with my heart. So yeah, basically I had some blockages in some arteries that feed the blood to the heart, and they just went in and they used some other veins and stuff from other places in my body, and they just replumbed me pretty much. It's basically a really fancy plumbing job. Rerouting around the clogs and stuff like that, so that you can get some blood to your heart. Anyway, what I've got going on right now is I'm covering the entire island with glass, and the reason for this is because we want to try to stop all spawning of all creatures in Minecraft, so that includes the pigmen and everything else. Now, because I decided to make this slightly topographical and make different heights here and there, I've had to make the glass different heights here. So what I'm probably going to do is do everything on this same layer, this level 89 right here, except the fact that this has to be too deep. Otherwise, the pigmen would be able to spawn underneath the glass, and that wouldn't look very cool. So basically what I'm doing is I'm putting in a bazillion, trillion blocks of glass over the top of this things to keep everybody from spawning. Wafflestick has been helpful in smelting up some glass for me. He also built a super smelter a while ago, I think just to have a super smelter. I don't think he did it just for this project, but that's been helpful to have that so that I don't have to wait too long for glass to smelt. And the other thing I've done is I've changed my texture pack. Let's see. Let me show you the texture pack I have. This one here, the Norb Co Resources bordered. So basically what this is right here, this is clear glass. So I was also thinking about maybe doing a texture pack that had connected textures and everything, using Optifine and all that in order to create this. But I think this is okay, and you can kind of see the island structure below. So we're going to stay with this for now, especially once we get all of the glass in all at the same level. It's going to look a lot better than it does right now, because, you know, right now if I look straight down here, that's not too bad. But if I look over here, there's lines going all over the place because we've got 2 different levels of glass in place. So, yeah, so I apologize that I haven't been recording for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. That no videos have come out. I've been actually playing a little bit of Minecraft, practicing some building, but I just haven't really been able to talk too much before today. And even today, I think I'm kind of not pushing it. It doesn't hurt to talk or anything. It's just that I feel a little bit out of breath because when they do the surgery, they basically deflate your lungs entirely and put you on a machine that breathes for you or something like that. And yeah, so my lungs are still trying to get back into full capacity to be able to, you know, breathe and take walks and that kind of thing. And most importantly, for video recording, talking. So, yeah, so that's what's going on right now. And I'm just going to continue covering this all with glass. Oh, by the way, I did decide to put these bushes down here to kind of simulate forest. And I think it works really well. I wasn't going to do this at first, or I was going to do just a little bit, like maybe a block or two here and there to simulate trees. But once I started putting these leaf blocks on here, it just started looking so much like a real Minecraft forest that I decided, let's just leave it. And I think that this works out really, really well. And it's such a cool model of the island. I do feel like this project has taken forever. And I don't recommend anyone who doesn't like big projects and doesn't have a lot of time on their hands to do this, because it has taken forever. It's really quite a thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm just going to keep filling in some glass and trying to catch my breath. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that in the swamp biome down here, I was able to not only complete it, but I went ahead and did this green terracotta, because the green terracotta has a little bit more brown in it than the some of the concretes and stuff. So yeah, so the green terracotta works really well. And then I used oak leaves for the little to represent the trees. And I think that works really well because the oak leaves kind of look kind of brown and dingy. Just like they would in the swamp biome. So because we're here in the nether, they look kind of dark and dingy too. And so I think that this works really well for the swamp, and definitely looks swamp-like to me. So I really like that. And we're just continuing to cover things with glass and try not to run out of breath. Alrighty, another significant progress update. All of the land, except for maybe an island here or there, has been covered with glass. So that's really good because it has eliminated a lot of the gas spawning that we've been having. Still have a gas spawn kind of over in here once in a while. I think they're also coming through. There's like, you can't really see it on the video, but there's a hole right there kind of in the nether wall. And then there's one over here. And occasionally a gas will come through there, but for the most part, we've shut down most or almost all of the gas spawning anyway. And so it's really good to have all this glass covering everything. So now what I need to do is I need to figure out, I just need to cover this whole thing in here with ocean. And then there's another spot over there that I need to do in ocean. But first of all, I need to go ahead and see if I can get myself some more lapis or some kind of blue dye, because I'm almost out of blue dye. And we need the blue dye to make the concrete blue. Okay, it's several days later. My voice is feeling a little bit better, I think. And this is it right here. This is it for the whole map. All we have to do is fill this in, and it's done. The whole map is done. Of course, we have to fill in the area with glass, but all of the concrete is in. And let's go ahead and take a look. Sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at it from up above here. So we're going to go ahead and climb up there and check it out. Okay, we're up here on our little platform, and check it out. It is completely done. Well, the map, that is. So we still have glass to fill in. We have this area to fill in with glass. We've got a little bit over here and kind of some of this right to the north of the swamp biome right here. But other than that, it's done. The other thing we have to do, though, is bring up the glass in some of these other areas. So like right in here, and in there's some more, and over here. And then I think down in this area right here, we need to bring it up to 3 levels of glass. Well, actually, there's 3 over the oceans and then 2 levels over everything but these the mountain biomes. But other than that, it's totally done. The map, the floor. The other thing we need to do, though, is we need to go ahead and fill in the black concrete all the way around and the ceiling here. And I think I saw Wafflestick down here checking it out. Yep, I just told him that it was done, and he's wandering around taking a look at it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I'm really happy about it. This is one of these projects where it's like, I will never again do this, but I'm glad I did it. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of work, a lot of time, and it looks really cool. And I'll probably never do it again because it was such a massive, massive project. Well, guys and gals, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. It's ironic that the episode is going to be a little bit short, even though this particular, the amount of time that I actually put into this was quite huge. This represents about a month and a half of my life, and kind of a crazy, scary part of my life. Anyway, yeah. So what I've done here is I added a little bit more glass to this, and by a little bit more I mean a whole ton. And now everything is at least up to this level 88, so it's like 2 blocks deep over the ocean, and 1 block deep over the mainland here. So our next step is going to be to harvest a bunch more glass, and go ahead and make it so that it is up to level 89. Which means that I have to cover all of this with 1 more layer, whoopsie, so that all of the glass is at the same level, and then we can go ahead and start filling in the walls with black concrete and finishing this ridiculous project up. Now I do happen to know that Wafflestick has been working on there's a little hole. Wafflestick has been working. I'm so easily distracted, you guys. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Anyways, Wafflestick has been working on an ink farm for us, and so that'll help out tremendously as far as getting this black concrete going. But we still need to work on actually making the black concrete and putting the black concrete in. What I'm probably going to do is fill in these sort of void areas here. You probably can't see it, but basically like right here at the edge of this glass, it just kind of goes off into the rest of the nether here. And so if I'm going to get a ghast that's going to come, he's going to come through either here. There's a void right there, and there's another void right here. So probably start by filling in those voids and then working our way around. Well, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching this little episode of the Blockheads. I very appreciate the support. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. And more importantly, make sure that you eat lots of vegetables and things that are healthy for you to keep your heart running. And, of course, God bless.